Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to talk about a mattress that was created by a genius and it's backed by science. And if you use this mattress, Brad, you can think about throwing those nighttime pain medications away.
Oh,
You won't need them anymore.
I like that, Bob.
So we're going to talk about 3 reasons why this mattress may work for you. But before we do that, Brad,
Oh, yes.
if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go over to the Facebook and like us, Bob and Brad, because Brad and Bob all this week are giving out positive vibes to all of you who like us.
And you'll sleep well.
Yeah, you'll sleep really well, actually. So we get approached all the time about showing products on our channel, Brad, daily.
Right, right.
And we've had some people who have asked us to recommend a mattress, and we have found one. So we're going to give you 3 reasons why this mattress, why we like it, and we're going to start off by bringing in the baby.
The baby?
Yep.
Bob, he looks like you.
Yeah, that's how I looked when I was a baby. I was that tall, too.
Oh, what does he have here?
So this is the qualifications of the genius that made this mattress, and from the mouth of babes. So the guy that created this mattress, he's got 31 U.S. patents on mattresses. He's got several hundred foreign patents. So this
all
guy's,
on mattresses.
Yeah.
So
very
he's been
accomplished.
building mattresses all his life.
Yeah, he's the man. So there's a good chance any mattress you're sleeping on is probably either made by him, some component is made by him, or it was made by a machine that he invented.
Okay.
So, and this one actually has 700 tiny mattresses, which we're going to show you in just a minute. So, all right, baby, you can leave now. Okay, thank you, baby, for providing us with that information about the genius. So now we're going to talk about the science portion of it, Brad.
Okay.
And my friend of mine wrote this book several years ago. It's about posture, sitting, standing, and he was obsessed with trying to reduce the pressure with pressure sores when you sit in a wheelchair.
Sure, right.
So he, why don't you bring that in right now, Brad?
Yeah,
So,
it's a common problem, and it's a problem. It had to be solved.
yeah, so a lot of elderly people or people who have problems, maybe if they're paralyzed,
Right.
they're at risk for developing pressure sores on their bottom. And the reason why this correlates with what we're talking about today, we've used this type of cushion on them for years. It's called a Roho cushion, and you can see it's got individual baffles. And the research that Zach did on this book showed that this really reduces the pressure on your body,
Right.
on your skin, less shear forces. I mean, it is the answer.
And it's much more comfortable.
Yeah, it's much more comfortable. So we have done revealing here, unveiling.
And this is what brought our attention
Yeah.
to this mattress, because if you look on how it's built, the top 3 inches, there's 700
Yep,
individual
baffles.
Right.
And they call them 700 individual mattresses. So this is going to really disperse the forces. And if you're wondering what the skeleton is for, that's our final thing is we're going to show you how this disperses the forces on a skeleton.
Right.
So
It evens everything out. When you got a high spot, a low spot, it fits and allows the body to be comfortable.
super comfortable.
Right.
So, all right, the third reason we like this mattress is because seeing is believing.
Sure.
And this is what you guys have all been waiting for. You're wondering why we brought the skeleton in here, right?
Sammy is, yeah.
So the cool thing about this is you always want a mattress that's going to keep you in good posture.
Sure.
So you want it firm enough that, look how straight he is. He's in complete alignment here. But the problem is when you have a really firm mattress, which he's on boards right now, you can see there's gaps here. So there's not even pressure. There's too much pressure on, do you want to get your pointer there,
Sure.
Brad? There's too much pressure like here on the sacrum,
Right.
under the knee, and you're going to show the heel, right, Brad?
Look at the heel right here. And this is a common point to have a skin breakdown, is right there on that heel. And anybody in the medical field knows that.
Yeah, and so if we lay Sam on his side, now look at this. Look at how much pressure is on that shoulder, and there's this big gap here, of course, where the pillow usually goes. But look how much pressure there is on that hip right there, right on that spot,
Right, and then
again
on the ankle here.
Yep. So let's take the boards away.
Okay.
And again, seeing is believing. So now if we put a little bit of weight on him, because he's a pretty skinny guy, and I move his arms out of the way, look how that fills in the gaps. He's still in really good posture, but the gaps are all filled in. And Brad, you're going to show on the heel, right?
All right, so that same pressure point that we talked about, you can see one individual cell, you know, it works really well to accommodate that. And that's just very little weight. I mean, the weight of this skeleton is not enough, and it's still accommodating.
It's still accommodating, yeah.
Yep.
This really is a genius mattress. It's going to be the most comfortable mattress I think you've ever experienced. You lay on your side, and look at this. He sinks in. Of course, there would be a pillow here holding this. But look at this, the pressure's all evened out now. There's no gaps, it's all taken in. Of course, there'd be some abdomen here.
Right, with a little visceral content.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you want to get the pressure, the surface area maxed out so that it's very comfortable, good circulation. I don't know what else to say, Bob, but let's get Sam.
Okay, well, the only other thing we're going to say is that, you know, we get a small fee if you do buy one of these. We want to be upfront about that because that helps us offset the cost of making this production.
Right.
Quite a production today, wasn't it, Brad? But we don't do something like this unless you get money off in addition.
It's
so
a win-win situation.
Yeah, you're going to get $300 off if you use the link below. Plus, if you use the code word, you'll get an additional $50 off. So $350 off. It's a good deal for you, good deal for us, good deal for everyone because everybody gets a good mattress.
And these mattresses come folded up in a nice little box.
Yep.
Well, not a little box, but much smaller. It's amazing the technology that they have for these things now.
Yep.
So,
thanks for watching.